stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
You could get away with all sorts of illegal activity. Someone with a talent for exploiting insecurities. I can be reasonably sure you know how to add and subtract.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. If drive
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you. Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. Now, you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to... See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the... Yes, nailed it that time. The hope? Is that... Don't take this the wrong way or nothing. You hit your head or something? Edgewater's a little way...
What just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
blazes? Where'd you come from? Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official... I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, you know what? You're right.
Here we go.
I just earned a fine bonus.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move. Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including the cargo hold's workbench. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada. Please be informed that I am Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate. Indicating jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlock. You are still here. My deception protocols have... This vessel is the I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain... I understand. I will require some time to process this information. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of high-capacity power regulators are sometimes I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search. What can I do for you? Goodbye. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died. The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. The These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need...
Damn marauders are out of control.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He just is. Look, I don't want to... Yeah? Former people, yeah. Oh no. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise.
I could really go for some saltina.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got work.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be... Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people and... I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk. Figured it was obvious. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. People trouble. Lazy worker like me getting special treatment from some out-of-town physical... Company always tells us weak spirits lead to weak bodies. I really wish you wouldn't... I'm feeling a touch faint. Trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing? I don't have time for this.
Please don't touch anything. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness, so everyone says. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Whereupon I will clean and... gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought, as broke as pie crust, friend. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Edgewater is built on the discipline. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apology. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the... Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't... Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body, and I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his... Yes, Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my... What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene. Go ahead. Edgewater has been... I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plagues come at us with a vengeance. I wouldn't call them good work. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. We're a sensible people. Edgewater, I am never wanting for work. As the good vicar said, the plagues come... I wouldn't call them good workers. Fever, whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver.
You read the latest report? I don't have time for this.
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those.
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal. Nah, I'm contractually obligated to serve you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you... Traitors. Town's already struggling. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Do you now? You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery. It is a good thing. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater, just wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're... I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong. They did. They gave me a life. What's wrong with that? Unless you're in Byzantium. Not so fast. So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. You're one of those freelancers, then? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Most folk forget. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the wall. My world is these 4 walls, that door. Let me make something clear. I start gallivanting around. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. Keep it down, will you? I've said enough. If they wanted to... I've talked enough about my past. Suppose I did. That right? Prove it. Ah, I know that serial drama. You're right. I don't believe you. Coming right up. Oh, I almost... We'll get you mostly... Go ahead. The Hope? Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something. You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed? Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk... The Hope's folklore, all right? 60... You're inviting trouble talking that way. Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. Coming right up. Plague got you feeling... Go ahead. I've talked enough about my past. I've talked enough about my past.
Wish we had some better rations.
Nothing I can do about that.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority to know how to carry yourself in a fight? Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells. I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceship. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you. Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision will be... Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information. Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford, Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Something else I can do for you? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margin. If this is a setup to... I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal, also known as the Board. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable...
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
I know how you feel.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely... You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but she'll toss me in the sick house. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back. I'll do what I can. You will not find any guards within sight of that. I have it on good authority. I tried medicating myself with adrenotide. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable mark. It is what it is. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Silas knows, doesn't he? Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment. I know. Read what I wrote. Somebody's been running.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the... Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he does. Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor. You have got the... Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, survival of the fittest. It ain't just... Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. It is better. Listen, you mind if we talk about some... Music to my ear. Work your jaw on some... Go right ahead.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of... Oh, and a word of warning. If marauders are about... One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill... I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the... So you'll consider it? It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time. Not many in this colony could understand its... Thank you. Any progress on that matter? Please get it. A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to... Because I'm also a collector. Of books. Rare things in this colony. I've never seen you before. And there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Oh, nothing could... I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands. The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion, the Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. The future, Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock man... Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rights, and... Seriously, though, to truly understand... They who are not satisfied... Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom. Have you? These people need... I'm...
Got my sights on you. sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats.
I smell them. Gonna find you! Tear them apart!
need to talk to you.
You wanna mingle, go... Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got. You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have...
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't passed.
I don't have time for this.
Sometimes I wonder... what I'm doing with myself.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's... the war. I'm talking about just my luck. When the swarms of mechanic... I've been gathering up enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the... They have sent a scout. The scout must not be permitted to... Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Mechanicals have... First they will rock...
Please hold remind you to explain this address. The grease smuggling.
Got my sights on you.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Shit. Silas still on about that? Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased parties close. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers in other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer. Look around. All I know is Silas asked. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. Yeah. The night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, when I woke up, his body was gone. Let me know if you find it. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting... And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing, far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Hope's just a... Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that. Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Something, yeah? You could look at it, but you'd be wrong. Every now and again, a Vera...
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to damage to navigation systems detected. Navigation systems attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is
Any progress on... Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the... Bokonu, the author, had some Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought. Philosophism, but most of the Philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was... But that's neither... You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free... I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Fantastic. I shall see you on the ship, Captain.
Searching for repair bay. Navigation attempting to misdirect.
Bring us honors. You beat that scout to scrap with its own leg. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one. Cantina, lavatory. Behind one of the toy... Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory's the... On the double, soldier. Bring us honor. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. Designed to deliver a... You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded... Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So, if you die horribly, I will pour out a...